Welcome back to BVarsity Live. Zach Ewing and Trevor Horner with you here in downtown Bakersfield. We welcome in next another section championship team, the Robert F. Kennedy Thunderbirds, the Division 6 section champions from last week. We have Sebastian Zatarain, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Rafa Martinez and Coach Dennis Moody. We appreciate you guys joining us, and congratulations are in order for a second straight year.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah,
we're happy to be here.
Let me ask you first, guys. You guys are both seniors, correct?
Yeah.
And Coach, you were there last year, obviously, as well. The second time harder than the first time, and if so, how much harder? Sebastian, start with you. Get right up on that mic for me, too, when you guys talk.
It wasn't so much harder, just the preparation was, like, the same.
Okay.
Everything was just the same.
You couldn't slack off any, in other words.
Yeah. The expectations were higher, actually, this time.
How about you, Rafa? Did you feel kind of the burden of those expectations as well?
Yeah. The difference between being a senior and a junior is very different. Junior is a lot of people are looking up to, and being a senior, all eyes are on you, basically.
Yeah, and Coach, last year was your first year. You caught people by surprise, I think, at least at the beginning of the year, and then really won the title going away. There were more challenges and kind of bumps along the way this year, I think.
Yeah, if you're asking me, to me it was a lot more difficult this year, only for the reason that we were the hunted
Mm-hmm.
rather than the huntees. So, but we didn't back away from any of those challenges at all. We tried to prep the guys to let them know that you're going to get everybody's best shot, and just in that respect, it was a little more difficult. But we had to turn it up a notch to do that, and we did that since January. And these guys sitting to my right did an excellent job, as well as all the seniors and everybody that we brought up.
I've always said this: a very good team can win a championship. It takes a great team and a great program to win them two in a row, even if it's the same group of kids, because you have to keep them motivated. You have to, and you guys have to keep working at the same clip. When maybe you rest on that championship a little bit, or at least that's human nature. So this week, Saturday night, you guys will travel down to play Saddleback Valley Christian. Coach, you just told me, and I guess I wasn't really thinking about it, but that's on a bus. You're talking 4.5 hour drive. You guys will make a Saturday morning. Saddleback Valley Christian's an undefeated team. Very tough test. How excited are you guys to get that opportunity, Sebastian?
Very excited. We have the chance to represent Delano.
And I know that means a lot to the people of Delano as well. Rafa, how do you feel about it?
We're excited because nobody in Delano's ever represented Delano in the state championship. So for us to do it, it's just a blessing.
And Coach, is this an icing on the cake feeling, or I mean, you want to keep going, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we talked about this since January, as far as this is where we wanted to be when the CIF opened up the state playoffs to just about everybody, or all section titles. I mean, that's what you want to play for. And so everything that we did up to last Friday night and up to this point prepared us for this. This was our ultimate goal, is to win Valley and have a chance to play in a state game.
And by the way, you are the type of program that this rule change was all about, I think, because under the old system, frankly, a Division 6 Central Section champion would never have a chance. Never.
Yeah, absolutely. We're pretty much done last week if
right.
the rule's not changed. So, for kids in Delano especially, and for our school to have this opportunity, there might be some who disagree with the changes, but as far as I'm concerned, you're giving so many more student athletes the opportunity to experience what going beyond Valley is about, and it's something that they're going to remember the rest of their lives.
Hey, man, it's the largest state in the union, 38 million people, over 1,000 high schools. It needed to be done. 6 state championships is not enough. 3 state championships, like it was even 3-4 years ago, was not enough. 13 is this is a good thing going. I know, Zach, I've been saying this over and over again, but for you, Dennis, I mean, what I really like about what you've been doing all year is you have never shied away from saying exactly what it is that you guys have, what your agenda was this year, what your plan was this year, is that you never shied away from knowing that you wanted to win a section title, because last year you stayed at home and you wanted to win another section title because you wanted that chance at state. Now that you guys are here, now that you've been able to kind of process it, and obviously Saturday, like Brian Nixon said earlier, it was like that first, it's that first Saturday during the football season where you can just stop and kind of wait because you don't know what film to watch. For you to be in this moment, how much does this finally mean for you guys to be here? Truly.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. And just to kind of get back to the CIF changing this, I mean, I think a lot of central section teams get left out. The league that we play in, we have some very, very tough and competitive teams. I think it's an opportunity because we have so many maybe smaller schools than the city of Bakersfield or Fresno. It gives all of those schools in between an opportunity to go who might not have the limelight, like Bakersfield or the southern sections or, De La Salle.
Pour one out for Russ Prado in 2012 Wasco, right? I mean,
Yeah,
undefeated
them,
team that didn't get to go on.
Yeah, and Liberty Madera Ranchos, I think last year,
Right.
they had a fantastic team and didn't get that opportunity. And
BHS in 2011.
exactly, and I think this gives the central section an opportunity to show the state, we play some pretty good football. We might not have the biggest schools down here, but there's some pretty good football to be played. And for us, not to just represent our city, but to represent Kern County and the Central Valley, it's pretty cool. And it means a great deal to our players, to their parents, and to the city of Delano. We're excited.
Sebastian, speaking of that, how many people have come up to you over the last 3 or 4 day, week since you guys have won that section title and said, "Hey, congratulations, go get him at state"? Is there that sense of Delano pride from everybody around that says, "Hey, go get him"?
Of course, a lot of people come up to us, congratulations. Hopefully you guys win state. A lot of people are actually buying tickets to go to the charter bus all the way to
Or is it Citrus Hills?
Laguna Hills.
Laguna Hills.
Laguna Hills High School, that's right. Yep.
A lot of people have bought tickets for that.
Yeah. Rafa, family members, friends, family all going down.
Friends from other schools have been sending me messages, telling me, good luck on your semifinal, and they wish they could go, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think that in a lot of ways you guys are the toast of the town. Now, I'm guessing some of the good feelings went away a little bit when you watched film of Saddleback and realized the challenge you're up against. How good are they, Coach, and what challenges do they pose?
Yeah, they're extremely talented, especially on the offensive side. Probably the most athletic team that we're going to see up to this point. They're built similar to a Bakersfield Christian as far as linemen. They're big, tall, lanky, but they move so well. They have a junior wide receiver who's legit, going to probably be a D1 kid. Their quarterback, dual threat, can run and pass. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a definite challenge. And the cool thing about it is, God, we get to experience that, right?
Well, I was going to say, it's better to be playing that game than not playing. I don't care who you're playing.
I
It's
don't
fun.
care who you're
Yeah.
playing. We're playing, and anything worth winning or earning is worth working hard for. So, if we come out on top on Saturday, it's because we're going to beat a good team.
Yeah, I don't want to lessen what Bakersfield Christian did in 2013 by any stretch of the imagination, but they got a regional game where because there was an enrollment cap in that division that particular year. There's only basically one other team they could play, and it was View Park out of LA. And View Park had not been playing that level of school all year long, and Bakersfield Christian was very clearly the favorite in that game, and it almost felt like, man, if you're going to get here, get challenged. And they didn't really. And then they got to state, and they did, of course. But do you guys feel that where it's like, hey, this is a good team we're watching on film, but that's what's fun about this in some ways? Sebastian?
Of course, we're going to go up there and compete.
How about you, Rafa? I mean, this is a good team, right, you see on film?
Yeah, our motto has always been fear nobody, fear nothing. So for us to go up there and play a very good team, it's gonna be fun.
Dennis, we always talk about how there's a different style of football in Kern County compared to the rest of the state. For you, being able to play that run-heavy, kind of smash-mouth football where you go down the southern section, everybody's airing it out like they're playing 7-on-7. You like being able to take that challenge to a school like Saddleback and say, all right, we know what you can do, but can you defend this?
Absolutely. I think, they haven't seen a wing T team all year. And one thing that I think makes us a little bit unique is we really do run a high tempo. So I think that's going to be an adjustment for them. I think every team that they've played they've been a spread team. So I think to prepare for a wing T team in a week's worth of time can be a challenge, but you don't get to be undefeated and play in this type of game if you don't have coaches who are really good and know how to prepare. And we're expecting that they're going to have a wing T defense that they're going to come out in, and we're might be filling each other out a little bit early on, but hopefully we can figure something out and have some success. But I think it's an advantage for us. They haven't seen, wing tee all year, and we've seen a couple spread teams this year. So we hope that's an advantage. But once you strap it on, it's time to go, and both teams are going to be playing hard.
Sebastian, I think people kind of understand the numbers that were there. The first 5 years of this program, it was 4 wins and 48 losses. And here you are 2 years removed from that, and you guys are playing in the state playoffs after winning back-to-back section titles your junior and sophomore year. For you, you saw the downtime as a freshman and sophomore. Now you see the best times. Talk about the change in mentality and just how much fun this has been over the last 2 years for you guys.
It's been much more fun. Like when Coach Moody first came in, he told us we were going to win Valley, and we kind of just laughed at his face. We were just, yeah, right. Now our expectations are higher. We're looking out for state now.
Rafa, is he laughing in your guys' face, or is he just patting you guys on the back and said, "Thank you for not making me look stupid"?
Other coach staff came in, and it's just been a lot of talking. And Coach Moody actually he stuck to his word. He got us prepared for the season, and we just kept riding along with it, and good things happen.
And Dennis, it's not just you. This is the thing, is that you've got so many coaches that have spent so many years, whether it's at Delano, whether it's at Kennedy. Just talk about that group of coaches you have and how special it's been for them to be able to, kind of allow you to understand the history of Delano and for you to bring in your system. You guys all work together.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably been one of the most fun coaching staffs I've ever been around. Everybody's fair game. We have a lot of fun with each other, but when it's time to coach up and watch film and work, and these guys are amazing. It's almost like the island of misfit toys a little bit. We pulled a lot of guys from other places where either they might not have been wanted or they were let go or whatever. Coach Mion and Coach Brown, Coach Mion especially, has done an excellent job. He's a Rich Grove Delano product, and he's helped me understand, the type of kids that we have there. And, Coach Brown's resume obviously is amazing. Coach Coronado and Coach Staples were one-time head coaches for RFK. So they've also seen, what the past was like and what they're experiencing now. So, yeah, you can't make changes that we've made. Not one person is ever responsible for that. Yeah. It's an administration, it's a staff, it's the students, it's a student body. And it's been so much fun. Everybody has been so supportive, and we're happy that the west side of Delano is, they're proud to be from that west side and proud to be Thunderbirds.
It really is. I mean, I haven't been around all that long yet, but it's the most remarkable turnaround I can remember seeing in prep sports. 4 and 48 in 5 years, just to repeat that to a state playoff semifinal situation in just 2 seasons. Do you ever have to do a reality check, Sebastian? I mean, you were a sophomore, and you're a football player, but the school never won anything. I mean, and at some point you have to face facts, and you don't really expect much. And here you are in the state semifinals. Are you pinching yourself a little bit over that?
Of course not. We just got to keep moving forward and don't look at the past. I
mean, I guess you can't afford to, right, Rafa? You can't afford to sit and think about where you've come from, because then you'll stop.
Yeah, it's just been it's been amazing how fast and how efficient we've been able to change the Kennedy.
We've asked you these types of questions before, Dennis. You've always responded, yeah, I thought a turnaround was possible. We had some talent. We just needed to get the kids to buy in, that sort of thing, and that obviously happened very quickly. But now combine that with the switch in system for the state playoffs and the success you guys have had, and you couldn't possibly have imagined a state semifinal 2 years ago just because there wasn't one to play in, for one thing. But I mean, how surreal is it to be in this situation?
Yeah, the opportunity to play in a state game 2 years ago, as you said, it didn't even exist.
It was a fantasy. So, yeah, I mean, it was.
The ultimate goal was to win your section title, and that's a successful season, and you get to move on. Once we knew that we had that opportunity, I mean, you know, this is our Super Bowl. I mean, the Valley title is great, you know, and obviously to get into the state system, you have to win that. So that's goal 1A, but goal 1B is to finish it off. And, you know, you might as well, you know, reach for the brass ring. You might as well reach for the top. What's the point of doing anything if you're not going to at least set your goals to meet that? And we have the opportunity to meet that. Now, whether we accomplish that goal, you know, it's great. But if not, I'll tell you what, we've done everything that we can to try and possibly get there. So we're happy about that.
Do these two players and the rest of your roster know the carrot that's dangling in front of them if they win?
Absolutely.
So, and what that means, and for those that don't know, if you guys win Saturday, you get to host the state championship game, and that's such an incredible thing that, you know, the state came out and said SoCal winners will host that state championship. For you guys to be able to have that opportunity just presented there in front of you, knowing that you could possibly play one more game at home for a state championship in front of your fans in Delano. Dennis, let's start with you. What have you said to the kids about that opportunity, and is that kind of a coaching up point for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that I've told them that is another achievable goal that we can earn. I remember Rafa texted me a few days ago when we first found out that news, and he says, "Is it true that if we win, we get to host?" And I said, "Yes." And he just sent me another text back and said, "Let's go."
Yeah.
You know, so they understand it. You know, again, you can't wrap your brain around it.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
especially right now. But to have that chance and that opportunity, they understand it. And
Man, you jump on that car right away. You jump on that bus right away and say, "Let's go home and get ready."
let's go. Yeah, let's go.
How soon after Friday night did it take you to change focus? I mean, you want to enjoy that a little bit, I think, and this is for you guys too. How long does it take you to sort of say, okay, we're done with that, on to the next one?
I think as soon as I woke up, I was just waiting for the next film to go up so we can watch it.
Who are we going to play and where,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Well, how about you, Sebastian?
As soon as I started watching film on Zatarain Valley, that's when I knew we had to worry about Saturday and let go of Valley.
Yeah.
And I have to worry about state now.
Hard thing to sort of move those heads from one goal to the other, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, and last year, winning our Valley title was it. You know, you could enjoy it until
Right.
you know the next kickoff. This year, it's a little unique. So for me, for the first time in a while, I got to enjoy a Saturday where, you know, I didn't know until Sunday who we were going to play.
The
Same thing
honey-do
Brian
list?
Nixon
Yeah.
told us. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
the honey-do list filling up for you.
Yeah, you know, I didn't have a honey-do list, thank goodness. But I did get to spend a lot of time with my kids. I mean, you know, my son's playing also on Saturday in a state game for flag football.
That's right, you were telling me about
And
that.
you know, I'm going to miss it, but he understands. He's going to be done and get to our game. So you make those little sacrifices, but you know, it's worth it. And for me, my family's 100% bought into everything that we do, and they're a part of everything that we do. So it's great. But yeah, it was nice to have that Saturday just to kind of relax and then worry Sunday evening-ish, you know, what was going to be the next step and how to prepare.
That's absolutely awesome. And again, congratulations on last week, and we look forward to seeing how you guys do down south on Saturday. Laguna Hills High School, is that correct? Laguna Hills High School against Saddleback Valley Christian.
Correct.
7:30 Saturday in the Division 5A Southern Cal Championship game. Sebastian, Zatarain, Rafa Martinez, and Dennis Moody, we appreciate you guys joining us.
Thanks for having us, guys.
And our third section champion from Kern County is in. Next, that's the Ridgeview Wolfpack, the undefeated Ridgeview Wolfpack up next.